Hello there, and welcome to the Kirk Minahan wrap-up show for January 11th, 2021. Today's show was called Just in Time, and it's obviously a play on words from the two interns you see before us. I am joined by my new boss and fellow intern, Nustin. Do you go by Justin, Nustin?
In high school, there were 5 Justins in my senior class,
Okay.
so we all changed our names.
So Justin kind of seems to follow you along everywhere. You're always around other Justins.
I'm surprised there's not more, to be honest with you.
We'll see. So obviously the first part of the show today was Justin heavy, both on myself and on you as well. It started off with Kirk kind of ripping me apart. I made a decision last Saturday to cut a YouTube show short. It had Dave Cullinan on. I thought it was getting off the tracks. I made the complete wrong decision. I should not have done that. I sincerely apologize to Tim Ridgolds, to Madawaska and to Dave Cullinan. If they choose to accept, that's fine. If they don't, I completely understand that. But I made that decision to cut them off, and it kind of lit a firestorm on Twitter. There was calls for my head, calls for my job. People were demanding that Nustin take over the YouTube channel. And when they were taping last night, I got a phone call, asked to explain myself. I tried to the best way I could. And then I see a couple minutes later that the YouTube has now been handed over to Nustin. So he is the new program director of the YouTube channel. And I'm sure he's excited about that.
I mean, I'm excited, yes. Nervous as all hell, but like, I'm at a loss for words.
So do you have any ideas or plans? I know after this I'm going to get you set up with everything you need to become the content director of the Kirk Minahan network. Is there any ideas you have? I know you said you had a couple.
Yeah, I have a couple ideas. I've got some couple DMs that I liked. I talked to a couple Minifans to see if they wanted to hop on a show. I don't like.
And you will not have the the dictator like fascist rule I had, where you will be cutting off people left and right, trying to make yourself seem like a better than. Because I highly recommend against that. Do not take that advice. So Kirk called you up. Actually, you called Kirk up. So how did you get his number? And did you think it was a smart choice to reach out to him?
Well, I reached out to him and I didn't. I saw that Justin was in trouble, and I immediately assumed I was in trouble. And so I texted Steve. I said, "Did I biff it already?" And like my other 40 texts, I got no response. So I thought, all right, might as well text Kirk. I have his number already.
How did you get this?
I just found it.
Okay.
Not gonna.
And Kirk said delete this number. So hopefully you took that advice and you deleted the number.
I have thought about
refinding today's show. Where I know you said you're about halfway through listening to the show now. There was a segment on today's show where in the call to you, Steve lays down some ground rules. He says, don't ever contact Kirk. Don't ever contact me on the weekend. And then Kirk immediately overrided Steve and said, you can feel free to contact Steve whenever you'd like. So where do you stand on that? Is that something you plan on doing in the future?
I mean, every time my kids cry, I'm texting Steve. I think that's where I'm at. Okay.
And has he been helpful with that? I know Steve is a dog dad, so I mean maybe he has good ways of putting to sleep children. Has he been a big help in that?
He hasn't responded to anything I've ever said.
Oh, that's too bad. So can you share any of these ideas you have for the YouTube channel?
Yeah. So I wrote a commercial for Mentos like a year and a half ago. It didn't go anywhere, but I thought that was enough chops to begin writing Kirk's movie. So I want to get a bunch of historians in and just write the movie.
You want to write like a biopic on Kirk?
Yeah, like a biopic on Kirk.
Okay. And you wrote a
commercial for
advertisement
Mentos. Yes.
Was this like a job? Did they reach out to you, or was it just you just writing an advertisement for Mentos?
I just did it for fun.
What why was Mentos your muse? Just something you
I kept thinking about their jingle at the end. The who says no to Mentos? Like that fucking spun me sideways. So
is the advertisement about who says no to Mentos? Is it?
Yes, it is. So like idiots say no to Mentos.
Okay.
Like people who bring up politics at dinner parties, or people who don't like turn on their blinker before they change lanes, like just like dumb shit.
Okay, so you want to work on the Kirk Minahan biopic? So
yes,
that's an interesting concept. I back you. I mean, 100% doesn't matter what I say, but it's definitely should be an interesting. I think. I mean, you're the creative mind in charge of the YouTube channel going forward. So I've nothing but. I mean, I did a shitty job with it. I mean, I was killing things that shouldn't have been killed. I really fucked up with it. So, anything else you want to say about your newest promotion to top intern? Has intern
I didn't think
Harrison
you did too
reached out
bad.
to you? Have you reached out to intern Harrison to see?
Me and Harrison have talked. Yeah, we've bonded on our wrestling favoritism because we like wrestling. That's our bond, I guess.
Nice. A lot of wrestling fans in the Kirk Minahan universe recently. It seems to be a hot subject. So let's get on to the
wrestling fan.
Would you say, speaking of wrestling fans and speaking of getting someone out or kicking someone out of maybe the NWO? Apparently, I don't know if you got to the part today where Jared Carrabis sent Kirk a text demanding that Steve Robinson be out of the trivia group and possibly replaced by someone else. I don't know how you feel about this. I think this is a snake move by Carrabis. I think Steve is when you think of the Kirk Minahan show, you think of Kirk Minahan, then you think of Steve Robinson. I mean, it's not Team Kirk Minahan show if it's some other Barstool employee there replacing Steve.
1 second, buddy. Okay. Sorry, my kids are coming in.
Okay. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that? You think it was a snake move by Carrabis? You think Carrabis is looking forward to the? I mean, Carrabis was as useless as Steve in that trivia show.
I think that neither of them could be in the trivia, and it'd be fine.
Yes,
I say, me personally, get more tits on the group. I want more boobies. I want more boobies.
Okay. And do you have any? I mean, there's currently no female co-host of the Kirk Minahan show. So do you think they should go out looking for one? I mean,
they could pick up any bimbo on the street. I think it's fine.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Well, that.
Well, Grandma's not getting you a chocolate popsicle, buddy? Caleb? I don't think he can reach the chocolate popsicles. You want to ask Grandma? Well, I can't leave right now, buddy. I'm so sorry. I can't leave right now, buddy. I'm sorry. I gotta. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Let's get back to it.
Yeah, let's get back to it. So, so I think it was kind of a snake move by Carrabis to kind of go behind Steve's back, and not directly be like, "Hey, I think we should." Because I mean, Kirk did say no one has brought up this damn Titanic soundtrack. More than Carrabis has in these past couple of weeks. Just taking a victory lap from knowing one question, which I mean, Steve knew the exact same amount of questions. He had the gap one right, but he was overruled by Jared. So I think it's kind of a hot move by Jared to try to be kicking out Steve this early.
I say if Jared wants to kick out Steve, I should replace Jared.
So you think it should be you, Kirk, and Steve?
No. If Jared is kicking out Steve, I replace Jared.
So it should be you, Kirk, and then some female they find on the street?
Yes. I think us three will get everything. She's got the street knowledge. I've got the street knowledge. Kirk has everything else.
And then I like it. You got street knowledge. That's
all I got.
Something that I would say Big Steve is definitely lacking. So another part of today's show is just they were talking about. I mean, whenever Mike's in, you're going to talk about cancel culture. It's like his thing, his go-to. He was talking about how the president of the United States no longer has a platform online. He can't speak. He got shut off from Twitter, Shopify. Now Parler's gone, and Facebook, Instagram, just every single social media platform banned him. And I think Kirk was saying it sets a very bad precedent for the future of just companies who, if you say something where, I mean, I don't mean like call for violence or something like that, but if you say something where they disagree with you and they don't want you to have a platform, they can just cut you off. And they always said, hey, it's a First Amendment thing. It's up to the company, which is completely true. They always say go somewhere else where you can find it. Well, Trump tried to go to Parler and they shut that down. So I think it's a very slippery slope, and I think it's only going to get worse these next couple of years when it comes to censorship and the likes of this stuff. I mean, I should be one to talk. I was the one who started censoring people a couple nights ago. Things were getting too hot on the Kirk Minahan network, and I cut that off. Call me Jack. I saw a lot of people calling me Jack because of my quickness to ban Tim Ridgolds and Madawaska Rob. So, do you have any thoughts on the whole, president of the United States just not having a platform?
Well, it's a tough subject because, like, I don't know a lot. I'm 22. No one really cares about my opinion, but like, it's at his account being banned was his personal account. It wasn't the POTUS account. So like, while O.J. Simpson and fucking all these terrible people, Harvey Weinstein, have accounts. Donald Trump's in some pretty hot water right now, from at least the left, and like it doesn't seem like they're even planning on doing the POTUS one, like banning that one, because it's the POTUS one. They can't.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because Twitter has said that they're going to be giving that account no matter what to Joe Biden come January 20th. So it'd be interesting to see just exactly how much censorship big tech does in these next couple months of Biden's presidency, and just especially now that they control the Senate, the House, and the presidency, it's going to be quite interesting to check that out. Could you ever see like the show, like Kirk Minahan show, getting banned from Twitter, or Kirk himself getting banned for doing something? Because I could definitely see someone at the Boston mayor's office, calls up Twitter and says, hey, listen, this guy, he's putting unpleasant thoughts out there about the mayor of Boston and about politicians in Massachusetts. I think he's a danger, quote unquote, danger to society. I could see in the near future there being something like that, which scares me because it's not a good thing. Censorship is never good, in my opinion.
Oh no. Well, like, anyone could get banned from Twitter. If Donald Trump, someone who brings in that many clicks, can be banned from Twitter, literally anyone can. And like, whoever's gonna be on that Boston call is gonna, talk about the huge discrepancies. It's terrible. It'd be, someone big. It'd be a big name telling somebody to get banned.
I see.
It has to.
So another quick presidential thought is, I don't know if I live in Massachusetts, so everyone around here is a big Patriots fan. I don't know if you got to the point in the show yet, but it was announced that Trump will be trying to give Bill Belichick the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the highest honor a non-military citizen of the United States can receive. It's been given to the likes of, like, I think Joe Biden got one from Obama. I know, like, Ellen got one, Oprah. It's just kind of like a humanitarian achievement. People are calling on Bill Belichick to not accept this award. Do you think he's going to accept it? Would you accept it?
Does any of those people deserve that award?
I mean,
because I don't think. No, you can go ahead.
I mean, you look at what like Ellen did when she came out in the 90s and stuff like that. It was kind of she was really the first big popular celebrity to come out in support of and come out as gay. And Oprah was huge. I mean, she's a huge impact on society. So I just don't know
if you. Fat ass.
She what?
She got a fat ass.
Oh, sure. We'll go with that.
Hell yeah.
I don't think that's why Obama gave it to him, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of just it's really, I don't want to say meaningless, but it's just something where presidents give it to their friends. I think a recent Celtics player just received it, and there was a lot of hubbub about that, about him receiving it from Trump. So I don't know if you, like, let's say if Trump called you up, Nustin, and said, "Hey, listen, heard about your dick game. It's the strongest around. I want to present you
strongest around.
I want to present you the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Would you accept it, or would you deny it due to the fact of the hot water Trump is currently in?"
I would accept it in a heartbeat from any president.
Do you think Bill Belichick is going to accept it, or do you think he's going to try to?
Yeah, he's going to accept it. Of course, he's going to accept it. That, like, it's not a particularly great award. Mm-hmm. I don't think. Mm-hmm. It's I don't know. I don't like awards. Awards kind of suck.
Oh, okay. You're not a big awards guy. So,
yeah.
Any other thoughts
would collect dust in my attic.
Any other thoughts on the current presidential situation? I think things are only going to get hotter and hotter.
I don't think it's great. Yeah. I hated both candidates. I hate Trump. I hate Biden. They both suck.
Okay. Did you vote?
I did not vote.
You did not vote. I see. So
any vote for like Democrats or Republican, that's like an actual vote. Anything else is not counting. It's a wasted vote.
I see. So you don't think that third-party candidates are necessarily, if you vote for a third party, you're not technically voting. Or could you say you're voting against the vote?
I mean, I guess because that's a hard thing to track because like you don't really know who all's voting for the independents, if they're actually like following that party or if they're just not voting for their own.
So at the end of today's show, I know you haven't gotten there yet, but it's one of my favorite segments when they just dissect. You know who Fitzy is, right? Fitzy on the Greg Kelly Morning Show. Yes. He came out with another end of the season little skit thing he does where he says a lot of jokes, and it's incredible whenever they do one of these deep dives into it because the jokes are horrendous. They're not even like horrendously bad. They're just like, I think it was Can't Catch a Ball about N'Keal Harry. And it was just like it's one of the funniest segments. It's incredibly. I wish they could somehow get Fitzy to come on the show, but like not know he was on the show. Like just to ask him like what goes through his head when he's making these videos. Like when he does, is there any process of eliminating jokes? Is there someone who proofreads this and goes, okay, yeah, this works? Because it's just hilarious just to see the same guy do the same thing he's been doing this for years now. It's just the same shtick. He's like, oh yeah, Brady's the best. I'll drink to that. And it's just these two guys just talking about football in the middle of their backyard, and it makes completely no sense. But it was a very funny way to end the show. They did end with a couple parody songs. Steve the Liar Guy came out with a great banger. We saw a couple of new faces in there. They were very good. But yeah, other than that, it was an interesting weekend for myself. I mean, once again, I can only apologize so many times, and I truly am sorry to those who I fucked over on Saturday. I did not have that authority to do so, and I mean, I've been punished accordingly. I mean, now I currently
answer to me
am the inferior to Nustin, and we will be going over what his plans for the YouTube channel are. Is there anything else you want to say to anyone before you hop on out of there and get a chocolate popsicle for your kid?
I'm going to have to get some chocolate popsicles, yeah. I have to buy more of those, too. Jesus, fuck, they eat a lot.
Is there anything else you want to say?
I think we're good. Yeah, I hate being your superior, I got to tell you. Like, being like a manager is terrifying.
Aren't you a manager now?
I'm a manager of receiving. So like I'm a manager of the vendors. I'm not like a manager of people.
And I believe on your phone call to the show last week when you were originally hired, you did mention that you got your fiance fired.
I got her fired from her porn stuff.
Oh, I thought you meant you got her fired from the grocery store.
Oh God, I mean, I would not be alive. I gotta tell you.
Okay. Well, because I was worried about if you're getting people that are close to you fired, I was getting a little bit worried. So thank you all for listening. Once again, I am truly sorry. And this was the Kirk Minahan wrap-up show for January 11th, 2021.